or you had told me about a conversation you had with friends, which I thought was interesting. And then you reminded me that at one time kind of said the same thing. But go ahead and kind of like tell us what it was.
At one point in our discussion, it was said that God is love, but love is not God. Depending on which lane you travel in, that would make sense. From another perspective, that seems like an oxymoron. We're talking about the reality of absolute love.
Why do you think, whether they find it wrong or offensive to kind of equate God and love, why do you think that is?
I, I think it's because if you make it that simple, you just might see God everywhere in every action of love in all people everywhere. You'll see love displayed regardless of the religion in every possible situation. In their thinking, if I reduce God to this just the simple action of love, then he's a common denominator in all settings. And then I don't have the elite or the superiority of the truth, you know? That's one perspective, you know?
Right.
If my truth is as simple as love, then anybody can have it, and it's found anywhere at multiple different levels. The best
And it
way,
doesn't have a specific name.
and it doesn't have a specific name, and it's just this ingredient that's part of our life.
Or it
And
can have many names.
or it can have many names, many forms, come up in many ways. And for some people, that's a problem to lose that exclusiveness, because we are prided in being right instead of being loved. Love should be just enough. It should be that simple. I'm loving you, and it's enough because I love me, because I love life. All the expression, whether you call it love, joy, peace, patience, long suffering, all those are aspects of one thing, love. All aspects of one thing, God. And so look for those things. He says, the pure in heart shall see God. But because we don't believe that love is enough, then we have to have the contract. Then we have to have the rules. When we have to enforce the love. I know that's the way of the world, but that is not true love. Love is just enough. And one of the conversations said, you think, you know, if we didn't have that contract when we got married, a relationship would fall apart just because of that contract that people stay together as long as they do. And I was thinking, dang, that's not true. Is that the way you feel? You know, the piece of paper, like we say about baptism, it's an outside symbol of.
I'd be offended if you said that's why you're with me, or why you've been with me 21 years.
It's an outside symbol of an inner reality that was long there before the paper. When times get hard, I'm not thinking about that paper as to why. I'm thinking about you, where we disconnected, and how we saw lost vision of love. But that paper is really not a factor in me sticking to it. But in this kind of thinking, the Bible and the literal law, like a marriage contract, is your reality. It's what's holding you to, and that's just fear, you know. And so it takes your ability to think past the fear. And why you can almost find that if you can't do something or believe in a love higher, it's because a string is attached to you, leading you to an anchor of fear.
Yes. And that's the biggest thing I had to come to terms with. And I've always known that fear is not of God.